There have been about 1,500 convicts since 1976 that have been convicted of the death penalty and sentenced to death row. Along with this and the death penalty, there are many different moral complications and logical complications, such as how many innocent people end up on death row and are convicted to death unjustly. Does the death penalty actually deter crime and lower crime rates in violent societies? And is the death penalty actually cheaper than life without parole? First point is about death row inmates and how many are innocent. If you were to go around and ask a ton of people, for example, before I even started looking into this, most people would tell you if you ask them what's the percentage you believe that are innocent inmates on death row? Most would say less than 1%. But actually, according to the Death Penalty Information Center, more than 10% of death row inmates are innocent and are exonerated. So this is such a high percentage even to kill someone. Like you have a 1 in 10 chance of killing someone who's completely innocent. Why would you ever want to take that risk? And out of all these statistics, that's just of those we know of. There could be even more inmates that are innocent and are on death row right now. That is way too high of a percentage to even consider killing someone. It is like giving someone a gun and lining up 10 people. 10 deserve to die, one does not deserve to die. Would you feel okay taking that risk? I mean, I wouldn't at all. I don't think the government should be allowed to use that as a risk. The government is beginning to see revenge concealed as justice, and I don't agree with that. My next point is on the deterral of crime. Most people also believe that the death penalty will scare most criminals into straying away from crime or like violent crimes and things of that nature. And a ton of studies have shown that the death penalty has no result on violent crime and murder. And in some societies and in some states, in some cases, the society becomes even more brutal, making violence seem more normal. And as you can see by this graph, most of the states with death penalty have higher rates of murder than those without it. So you can see there's a clear place where there is nothing really changing anything about it. There's no lower rates or anything. It's making it more normal for people to die, which is not okay. And my third point is one of the biggest argument I always hear about the prison system and things of that nature. I hear some really radical views about killing people who have a tendency for violent crimes and saying it's a whole lot cheaper just to wipe them out. But on paper, that may be true if they're convicted and immediately executed. Yeah, it's cheaper, sure. But in practice, that's not how it is at all. And as you can see on this paper, on this graph, every single time death penalty is sentenced and sought for, it's way more expensive than life without parole. And that extra money can also be used on different correctional facilities and things to help other inmates that are not going to be in there for life without parole. And in my opinion, taking someone's life would be worse. It is worse than giving someone life without parole. Keeping them in prison, keeping them away from society, that's a lot better than giving a killer death. You don't punish an offender by the crime they commit. You don't punish an arsonist by burning down their home. You don't kill a killer by killing him. So, in conclusion, my stance on the death penalty is that we should eventually join the 50% plus of the countries that have abolished it. I mean, as you can see, there's many problems, and overall, on the future, I hope there will be better solutions compared to taking a life. But as for now, I am against the death penalty. Thank you.